Yesterday, we had played one game, and so today what we'll do is, today we will study because yesterday we could not study. Today we will discuss few topics, and then we will see if time is remaining. We'll try to do some activity as well. Okay. But today we have very important um, topic to understand, right? So I'll straight away go to that, and we'll start with the prayers. So let me share my screen with all of you. Yeah. Okay. So let me know if you can see my screen. Anyone can see? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Today is day 5, I guess.
Yes, sir.
I need to change it. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start with the prayers. We can fold our hands and you can repeat. Om Jnana
Om Jnana
Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Now we'll say the Maha Mantra on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, start. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Once more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, here a topic we are going to, I'll just briefly introduce to all of you to the topic that we're going to discuss. So today's topic is based on, the power of knowledge, the power of education. So first we will understand what is definition of a learned man, right? So all of us are going to school, right? Anyone here who is not going to school? Okay, right now it's vacations, so you may not be.
Sir, it is my
Okay, David is
winter.
not. David, you are not in. Yeah. That is what I said.
Holidays and New Year.
Yeah, but all of you will eventually go to school, right? After the vacations are over. David, you're not in school yet?
Yes, sir. No, my school will open on January 3rd.
Yeah, and that means you are already enrolled in the school, but right now vacations going on. Correct? Yeah.
My school will open on January 4th. One day after the with school.
Yeah, my school will also open on I think third only.
What?
So yeah.
Sir, you don't go to school. Sir, you go to school. Already so big.
Why won't I go to school? Yeah, I do go to school. I also have my vacation.
Sir, I knew it. I was really special. You are.
So,
Sir, you
yeah.
go to college. Sir, my school will start on Monday
Okay,
after New Year.
I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you. You know what is a school? Anyone can tell me the definition of a school?
Sir, I can.
I can.
Yes. Yes or
Sir.
no, Karthike or Anika, anyone?
Can I tell?
Okay, go on.
Yeah. Our school is a place where children go for education.
Okay, only children go. Can't adults go? Can't I go?
Sir, no adults. No adults allowed.
This is
Nobody can go to college.
isn't
Only
isn't it partiality?
11 can go. Only case under class 12 or 11. Class 12 can go in school if the class
Mhm.
kids can go. There's no
Okay,
higher.
just let just what if you know what if someone could not go to school before 16 or before 18 years of age, and now he wants to go to school? Will this can't he go?
No, no, sir.
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
this is not.
He needs to some sports fair or something if he didn't study that much.
Sir, but adults,
Yeah, whatever.
adults can go to school, but if they are teachers, only that much.
Yeah, teachers.
Oh, Anna is giving an intelligent answer. If she's a someone is a teacher, then they go. No, I'm saying okay. Maybe I'll just clarify. What is the name of school?
I had suspicion
Yes.
So you are a teacher
that you were
in the school.
you were the teacher in the school.
Okay, let me clarify. I'm not a teacher, although I like teaching, but yet I'm not a teacher. So why I told you, because what is the definition of a school, first of all? So school is a place where you learn, isn't it? It doesn't have to be there has to be a school in the name of that. It can be any place where you learn, right? So where I go, although I go to in my office where I work as a software developer, but there also I learn, right? So that is my school because there I learn. So now you understood.
Yes.
And
Sir,
that
you
is
could have said you had a job. That would be more easier for us to understand. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted you to guess, but no one could guess. Okay, so
Sir.
so actually, yes, Anway.
It's okay.
So actually, the learning never stops. Even if you ask your grandfather, they will also tell that they also learn every day new things, right? So they are also right now trying to learn the technology. If you take a mobile phone gadget to them, they'll not know a lot of things. Although right now, even I have a nephew. I think she is. I don't know if it's called a niece or nephew. So she is I think barely 5 years, but she knows everything in the mobile phone. I'm sure you also must have learned very early on this. So
We make our own Zoom meeting and talk with our friends.
Yeah. So even,
Sir,
we learned, especially I learned, I had a phone of my own when I went to college. So before that,
sir,
I didn't have a phone. Yeah.
sir. I right now have a phone. My nanny's old phone I have. She has a new
Yeah. Yeah. I
M31
know
from
that.
her birthday. That's why. Sir, I
I
don't
know
have any
that many
phone,
of
but
you.
yeah, I don't have any phone, but I have a tablet.
Yeah, many of you have. Yeah, tablet is similar to phone. It's of the same purpose. So what I'm trying to say is, yes. So
Sir,
what
what
I'm
I
trying to
have
say
is
is,
iPad and a computer.
yeah, computer is also, it comes in the category of, that's the same thing. Anything that you can use to access the internet. So that's practically the same thing. Either a tablet, either a mobile phone, either a, a light book, whatever. So room book or whatever. So learning never stops. Even if you ask your grandparents, and even if your parents, they are also learning every day, right?
Sir,
So never think that your school is going to stop when you go out from
sir,
your so-called school after 16 years when you pass 10th.
sir,
No,
after
it will
graduation,
continue.
you mean? Sir, after
Not
graduation.
even that. Not even after graduation.
Yes.
Even if you go to your if you
Graduation, you
start your
still can
career.
learn. You can
Sir,
still learn.
Yeah.
Sir, I know what
sir,
you're
but people who don't study have another school. It is a
People
sports
who
school.
don't
They'll learn how to play sports over there.
no, that's again, school is not a place which has a school in its name. It can be any place where you learn new things. It can be your office. It can be your own group of people where you learn something, or you do a startup,
Can be a
right?
house.
Some of you. It can be a house. It can be your house also. Your house is also school because you learn so many things. Right now you are
Yes,
learning
sir.
from where? From house itself.
Yes.
And this,
Yes, sir.
the best example is this
Sir,
laptop.
we can
This is
also
also your
play
school.
basketball in the school. Yes, sir. Our laptop is our
Yeah.
school because
We
it's
also
helping
play
us to learn.
basketball in school. At school,
Yeah,
can we
there are
play
some basketball.
basketball?
What?
Yeah, you
Sir,
can bring
football class
a
can be
small
school
net.
too. Sir,
What?
football class and skating
I
class can be also school because we also learned
That's
something.
Sir,
okay. I'm
I
not
love to play
okay.
basketball
Okay.
like I have
I'm
5 balls just roaming around my room.
I'm not saying that you have all the facilities in all the school. Yes, you cannot play basketball in your computer, but the thing is, at least something is there which you can learn, right? So and then yes, there are games where you
Sir,
can
so
basketball.
like my auntie works in London, so like
Playing
it is
real
also
games
like
is
a
better
job.
than
She
playing games on
she
online.
she like
Yeah.
in London. She
Mhm.
work in McDonald's. So that is also a thing to learn.
Yeah, why not? It depends. If she's learning something new there, let's say she's learning how to become a manager, so then that's a school for her.
Sir, sir,
And even if just one more thing, let me finish. So if you go to a school not to study, if let's say someone is going and studying in the school, then that means that is not a school. You're not using it as a school. So that also we should be careful, right? So wherever we go to learn, we should uh, give our best to learn, right? And there are a lot of things. Actually, learning doesn't only mean your academics. It can be your co-curricular activities also, debate or um, what I can say is public speaking skills, and playing all of those sports and all, right? So it's a very good thing to learn, learn all the things, so once you try out everything, you will find out something which you are in good in. So everyone is good in something. It doesn't have to be good in studies only.
Yes.
In some some skills everyone has, that is for sure, because God has gifted everyone. So no one is ordinary, everyone is extraordinary in their own way. Okay, I think we had a lot of talking. Now better we start. So what we're going to discuss today is we are going to
30 minutes
discuss
of talking.
about
30 minutes of talking.
about yeah, not 30 minutes, I think 20 minutes. 10 minutes first for the Kirtan, right? So yes. So
Your voice is breaking.
this so we'll start with okay.
No, sir, it's not.
Yes, sir. It's nice. Breaking. Sir, it is breaking.
Yeah, give me a moment.
Yeah, sir, it's breaking now.
Seems like my network has gone down. It's unstable. I'll just switch off my video. I'll disconnect from here.
Adam Uttaman.
Now voice is better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so we will start with one shloka, right? This shloka is told by Krishna to Arjuna, and it comes in the 9th chapter, and this is the second number shloka. It says, what does it say? Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakna Vagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartu Avyayam. So all of you can repeat, all of you can unmute and repeat. We'll read one word at a time. Raja Vidya.
Raja Vidya.
Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyagnāgamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam. Yes. So what is the translation? Who would like to read? Please raise your hands.
Sir, can I read?
Sir, can I read?
Okay, one by one.
Sir, can I read?
Okay, Amog, you can read. Please read.
Okay, this knowledge is the king of education, the most secrets of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization. It is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyful. Perform.
Yes. So what is it saying? This knowledge is the king of education. So which knowledge is Krishna talking about? Knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. No, the king of education. And why is it the king of and again the most secret of all secrets? So why is Krishna telling it that this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is a secret and it is the king of education? So we'll learn that. Again, he says it is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. So Krishna here very clearly says, yes.
My father taught me this in his Bhagavad Gita before. He told me about this thing. He showed me it in his Bhagavad Gita.
Correct. This is very important shloka actually. So what is Krishna telling here? This knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is the king of all knowledge, right? This is the best of all knowledge. and then the most secret of all secrets. But is it a secret? Someone will say, oh, I can go and buy a book of Bhagavad Gita, and so how is it a secret? Anyone can go and buy a secret, buy the book. Anyone can tell how it is a secret? How this knowledge is a secret of secrets?
Because anyone can buy the Bhagavad Gita book, but only some of them can really understand what it means and what it is trying to convey the message and try to amplify in the life.
Correct. Very good. So, anyone can go and buy, just like how many of you know about cryptography? Anyone here who knows about cryptography? Okay, so cryptography basically is one way to conceal message. So what they do is, in earlier times, the kings used to send secret messages to one another, just like two kings are there, and one king, let's say a third king attacked this king A. So what he would do, he would send a secret message to his friends via some means. So how they would send? So there were a lot of ways. So cryptographically they would conceal the message. Like one way I tell you, very very funny way. So what would they do? They they what they did? Yeah, they inscribed the message on the head of one person, right? On the head, they shaved the man and they put the message on the head of the person, and then and let the hairs grow. So when the hairs grew, the message was not visible, right? So then the person went to the other kingdom, and then there he shaved his head and the message others could read. So this is one of the ways how they conceal the message. So although someone's the enemy saw, oh, this person is there, but they could not understand that, oh, he is carrying a very very secret message, right? So this is basically one very trivial example of cryptography. Actually, cryptography involves mathematics and all nowadays, modern cryptography, right? So this is a secret message.
Sir,
Yes.
this type of
Yes.
isn't this type of doing not any normal. This is not a way of funny. This is kind of painful to the person who
Yes,
the person is
but
he
it's
has to cut
funny in
it with
hearing.
a knife. There were no shaving tools at that time. I don't know how painful it would have been.
See, earlier it was very, it's a very important thing, right? So, it's one way to save the kingdom because they need help from their friends, so they need to send a message. So, in that terms, if you see, this is a very little pain.
Said they did it for the sake of the kingdom, like this.
Yeah,
The mind
right,
would think like
right.
this. For the sake of the
Yeah, they are
kingdom.
brave people. They are soldiers. So that is their job to protect the people. Anyways, so again, just like Chavi said, someone can buy the book, but they will not know what it contains unless they approach a guru, unless they have the key to the success. But key to understanding Bhagavad Gita. What is the key to understanding Bhagavad Gita? The key is a bona fide guru, a bona fide teacher. What is a bona fide teacher? So someone, not just right, that like just like I I am a I know how to read English. So what I'll do, I'll take Bhagavad Gita and give my own interpretation of it. So that is not bona fide. Bona fide means that I learned from someone who has learned from ultimately the knowledge is coming from Krishna, just like Krishna told to Arjuna, right? And then Arjuna, if you have a Bhagavad Gita, you will see there is a whole disciplic succession. That means that
There's so many
who
people are scribbling on the screen.
Yeah, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So, there is a lot of this things. Please don't scribble. So there are a lot of people who learn. So first of all, Krishna was there. Krishna told to Arjuna. Then that knowledge was passed on to actually, uh, Ved Vyas. So who was the one who has written this Mahabharata? It was Ved Vyas. So from Ved Vyas, someone learned from him. Someone learned, and it's like this. The disciplic succession, it became a chain. So someone is learning from someone is learning from. In that way, the real knowledge is coming, right? So if we learn, if we follow the same disciplic succession, and if we learn from someone who is coming in that disciplic succession, directly coming from Krishna, then we can be sure that yes, we are learning the right knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that is why it is recommended that one should not read any random Bhagavad Gita. It's not like that. I want to make some money, so I will publish my own Bhagavad Gita. I can do that, right? But what is the use? Because I myself am ignorant. I also do not know the knowledge. I have, first I have to learn from my teacher. Once I have learned, then I can teach someone else. Similarly, right now all of you are learning, right? So if you are properly learned, then you can also give the knowledge to someone else.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we can't publish our own Bhagavad Gita because it's a God's book, and then we can't write it however we want it be, because God might punish us for the things we do. We don't know what God is thinking about us, but we should not
Yes.
do bad things like publishing our own Ramayanam or Mahabharata or Bhagavad Gita. We can't publish God's book because it belongs to someone. It belongs to Him. It doesn't belong to us.
Correct. So that is the same thing I'm saying. You can publish if Krishna gives you the permission. If you are learning from a bona fide guru, that means you are learning directly from Krishna. If someone, let's say, I'll give you one example. There is a very what I can say. There is a scientist. He made some theory. He discovered some theory, and then that theory he taught it to his students. And now, if you learn from that student or if you learn from that professor, both would be same, because the student has learned. Given that the student has learned correctly from the teacher, it should not be like that student learned something wrong. So if you learn from the student or if you learn from the professor, both would be have the same effect. You will learn the same knowledge. So similarly, if you learn from a bona fide teacher, certified teacher, then you are practically learning from Krishna himself, what Krishna is saying, that you are learning, right? So that is why it is said that the guru or a good teacher is the key to understanding this secret. So you can buy a book, but unless you have a guru who guides you and who teaches you, who gives you the inner meanings of the shlokas, will not be able to understand properly or correctly. So that is why it is the secret. Yes.
Sir, we don't have right to publish Krishna's book, but we have our right to publish our own book. Like instead of Bhagavad Gita, we might not on God, we might do some funny children books. We have a right because we are writing the book, and then the book doesn't belongs to anybody. It belongs to us only.
Correct. That's correct. Many of the people are writing, and that I think all of you understood what I was trying to tell. Okay, so I'll quickly proceed. So, and then Krishna is telling that it is a perfection of religion. So anywhere in Bhagavad Gita, you will not hear that Krishna says that this knowledge is for Hindus, or this knowledge is for some special caste of people like Brahmanas or Kshatriyas. This is not like that. This knowledge is actually general for all the people of humanity, be it of any religion, Hindu, Muslims, Christians, and nowadays you will see people from all the religion are actually reading Bhagavad Gita. There are many scientists from America. They are very much appreciating Bhagavad Gita. They are reading. you know, and you will find many Muslim leaders also, they are also appreciating Bhagavad Gita. So this knowledge is actually not sectarian, not this is a general knowledge for the whole humankind, because
Sir, this is
there no mention of, yes.
Sir, this is not like only Hindus should read. We can even, so anybody can read Bhagavad Gita. Anybody, like even they can read Ramayana if they want to, and then even we can read Bibles and all.
See, yes, that's correct. But still in Ramayana, if you see, there is mention of the rituals, right? The rituals that we perform, that the Hindu, especially the people following Sanatan Dharma perform. But if a Muslim reads Ramayana, he will not be able to connect, because there is no information about his identity. But Bhagavad Gita actually tells, that we are the soul. Everyone is a soul. No one is a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a Sikh. No, we are the soul,
Everybody same,
and we are
sir.
part and parcel of, yeah, we are part and parcel of God, right? Everyone is
We are
part and
all
parcel.
humans. We
So
are
that
all
is why,
humans. We don't have any religions behind us. We
yes.
can be friends if we want to.
So that is why, this is a book that everyone very easily relates to. And then in the end, he says, Krishna says, it is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. So that what is it that joyfully performed? The process of understanding this knowledge. So all of you are also, I hope, enjoying by learning this, and you are also getting enlightened in some ways, right? You are learning about yourself, and very essential information. Yes.
I think Bhagavad Gita was able to access our world because God wanted to join all of the countries and people, I think.
Sir,
Okay, I'll take questions in the end. Right now,
Sir, this is
I'll
not a
have-
question.
okay. Anybody saying something? Yeah, Advika.
Sir, I know Chanakya was a kingmaker.
Yeah, I'll tell you about him. So I need to move little quickly. So sorry for not taking your questions. Right. Okay. So in the end, I'll take all your questions. So for now, the first topic that we're going to discuss is, now first we understood what is the importance of this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Now, who is a learned man? So who is a learned man? We will know in how Chanakya defines a learned. All of you know Chanakya. Anyone here who doesn't know Chanakya?
Sir, I don't know.
Who is that?
No. Sir, it is Kartika.
I don't know. Sir, I also don't know.
Okay, I'll tell
know.
briefly. So who is Chanakya? Chanakya was a very, very intelligent, very, very popular priest, we can say, and a philosopher also. So he was a very famous personality. Even today, there are a lot of books that Chanakya has written and people read, just like the Artha Shastra, the economy. If you know about the economic subject, it was given by Chanakya only, right? Chanakya Niti and politics. He has given a lot of philosophies and a lot of knowledge in all the fields. And also he's also known for being the minister of. Let me finish. Yes, Karthika.
Is Chanakya still alive?
Pardon?
Is Chanakya still alive?
No, he's not alive. He was, I think, he was a minister of Chandragupta Maurya. So basically, he lived, I think, more than 700 years ago. I don't know the exact timings, but he was earlier living, and he used to live in the province of Magad, if I'm not wrong.
Sir, I now remember who is Chanakya. I remember.
Yes. Advika is showing the picture.
He was training Chandragupta Maurya.
He actually made Chandragupta Maurya from a child to a king. So he was so much intelligent. He guided him, and then Chandragupta Maurya became one of the greatest kings of India at that time.
Yes.
Practically, he became the emperor, right? So, what he tells about a learned man, we'll see here. Okay, so who'd like to read? Anisha, can you read?
Sir, me.
Anisha, okay, let Anisha read. Okay, you can read the topic and the yes.
Yesu lost
Okay, leave that one.
Atmavat Sarva Bhutesu Pasyati Sa Pandita.
Yes, read the meaning of it.
One who considers another's wife as his mother sees another's possessions as a lump of dirt and treats all other living beings as he would himself is considered to be learned.
Yes, so there are three, Chanakya tells three things to test one's education, right? So who can be called as a learned man? Who can be called that if he is learned or not? So he says, Matravat paradareshu paradravyeshu lostarat atmavat sarvabhuteshu yaha pasyati shapandita. So matravat paradareshu. Matravat means like a mother. So one who considers another's wife as his mother. So it is in the Indian custom, you will see that any woman who is married, she is called as a Mataji, right? In Hindi, we call it as a Mataji, and just like it's equivalent to a mother, right? She is considering equivalent to a mother. And then Paradraveshu Lostarat. Paradraveshu means another man's possession. Just like if you are, let's say, going on the road and you find a purse which is fallen down here. To Chanakya says that if you think it like a lump of dirt, what will you do if let's say a dirt, a lump of dirt is there on the ground? Will you touch it or will you ignore it?
I will, sir.
Will
Sir,
ignore
we will
it, right? Yes, no one wants to put his hand in the lump of garbage, right? So
Sir.
similarly, Chanakya is saying if similarly if someone else's money is also lying, you will consider him one who is learned. He will consider it as a lump of dirt. That means he will not take it, right? He will
Sir.
if he takes it, he will try to give it to his correct person, the correct
Sir.
person. Yes.
If I would take a purse, I would definitely see the numbers on the cards and then call the person to give it back to them.
Right. So that is the same thing. The point is that we do not keep it for ourselves, right?
Yes.
It's not like that it's lying and we keep it, right? Then it will be said that we are not learned. And then the third thing he says, treats all other living beings as he would himself. Again, he sees living beings. He doesn't say humans. So one should treat all the humans as well as animals, plants, trees, all the living entities as they would treat him themselves, right? Just like I would I will not like to get hurt, I will not like to get insulted, I will not like to get feel pain. So similarly, I will not insult others, I will not give pain to others, I will not hurt others, like that. So if these three things are there, then one can be told as learned, right? So of course, this is a very high we can say level which we still have to reach, where we may not be at that level. But at least why I'm telling you this, because if we know what is the goal, then we can aspire for it, right? So if we know that once others possession should be considered as a lump of dirt, that means we should not have attachment for it, we should not take it if someone else's money is there. Another person's wife should be considered as a mother. Similarly, another woman's husband should be considered as a father. It goes for the same. And then everyone should be treated as equal, right? So if we have to go to that platform, right? So we can check within ourselves. We don't need to answer others. We can check within ourselves that how much we follow these things, right? And if we are not following, then will we will we really be called as a learned person? So we have to think about it, right? And then yeah, I have also one text which we will read from. So let me open that. We'll refer to this text. So actually, I'm referring this. I'm taking this text from one of my teachers. So I have learned from him. So I am using his uh, notes. Just just I am acknowledging him. So yes. So I'll give you a few examples from the same that I told you. Just like Matra Paradarishu, that means considering other women as mother. So one example which we can, which is written here is, so one of you can read, and I'll explain you the story. Okay, Advika, read this.
One who considers
No,
in others.
the one which I have highlighted. We don't have time to read all.
E.g. Shivaji Maharaj refused to enjoy an extremely beautiful Muslim married woman brought to him after a war, and he addressed her as mother.
Yes. So what this story is basically, actually Shivaji Maharaj used to have a fight with Mughals. So the Mughals and the Shivaji Maharaj, they always used to fight. So
Are you
sometimes
talking about
the
Shivaji
Mughals.
Maharaj?
Yes, this is the same Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So sometimes the Muslim, what would happen is the Muslims, the Mughals would win, and what they would do, they would capture the female, the ladies of the village, and they would harass them, right? Similarly, what happened once Shivaji Maharaj also, when Shivaji Maharaj won in a battle, what happened? Some of his soldiers, they also brought one Muslim woman and in front of Shivaji Maharaj so that he can also do the same. But Shivaji Maharaj did not do the same. What he did, he respected the woman because she was a married woman, and he referred to her. He called her as mother, Mataji. So we can see what is for sure we can understand that Shivaji Maharaj was a learned person because he knew that any married woman is to be considered as a mother, right? So this is one example we can learn. Again, paradraveshu loksravat, that means others' property just like garbage in the street, they should be considered, right? So again, Manasvi, you can read this example which is highlighted.
Others'
Manas,
property just like garbage in the street.
uh,
Duryodhana usurped all the property of Pandavas by driving them away to forest for 12 years and refused to give.
okay, the voice is breaking, Manasvi. Okay, I'll read. Duryodhana usurped all the property of Pandavas by driving them away to forests for 12 years and refused to give even 5 villages when he returned back. Thus, he caused great war and was destroyed. So, what example is given? This is the opposite of what we should do. So, Duryodhana, it is given example that what he did, he was always trying to steal the property of the Pandavas. So, just like there was one gambling match, there was one Chaucer game which happened where Duryodhana actually by cheating, by the help of his Sakuni Mama, he exiled all the Pandavas for 12 years. And then when so ideally when once he was exiled, and when they come back after the exile, Duryodhana should have given the kingdom back, because it was the deal that they will go for 12 years and then they'll come back and they will again get back their kingdom. But the Duryodhana, he was so greedy and so greedy that he did not he was not ready to give back Pandavas their kingdom. And what to speak of the kingdom, he was not ready to give even 5 villages. He said that what to speak of 5 villages, I will not give in 5 the land which equal to the tip of the needle, he was not ready to give. So he was so greedy, and what was the result? Result was he caused a great war, the war of Mahabharata. Thus he was destroyed. So again, this is the result which is told, that if we are not doing the same, if we are not considering others property as if we are considering others property as ourselves, then we will also get sufferings later on. And then the third thing, Atmavat Sarva Bhutesu, thinking all living entities as one's own self, treating everyone as one's own self. So who wants to read? Anve, please read.
The glorious Shibi Chakravarti, he was ready to cut flesh from his own body to protect the dove from the eagle, as he accepted both of them to be his own citizens.
Yeah, so this is a very wonderful story. How many of you know the story of Shibi Chakravarti? Anyone knows? Okay, Dhruvi knows. Dhruvi, can you tell me the story quickly and in short?
Yes, sir. This king, when he was a devotee, and one time the demigods wanted to test his bhakti, so they formed one demigod into eagle and one demigod into dove. So they started to chase each other. When they both reached to the king's palace, the dove requested the king to save him, but the eagle argued that this is the nature's rule. Then he said, then he was confused. Then he thought, I'll cut my own flesh and give to you, and that flesh will be equal to the weight of the dove. So he cut a small piece of flesh from his thigh and weighed it. So the dove was still full heavier. He cut a large piece of flesh. Still, it was not equal to the weight of that. Then he himself sat on the weighing machine, means he was ready to die for the dove. So the eagle and dove said him, you are a pure bhakta and we are happy to test you.
Yeah, correct. So the eagle was actually the Indra, demigod Indra, and the eagle was Agni. So both of them wanted to test Sibi. So he was, just like you heard in the story.
And who was
actually,
famous Indra and Shibi?
Yes. So he was a king lot of many years ago. He was actually coming in the family of Lord Rama. So he was one of the ancestors of Lord Rama, right? So he was very glorious. And so you see, because dove was, he used to consider even the doves, even the birds like dove and eagle as his citizens, right? So when the dove came and requested that, please save me, Sibi said, okay, you are my citizen, I'll save you because I am the king. And then the eagle came. Eagle told that, I am also your citizen. So if you don't give me the dove, what will I eat? Because the eagles have to eat something, right? So then Sibi said that, okay, you are also my citizen, so I'll satisfy you also. So what I'll do, I'll cut my own flesh and give to you. So then he cut the flesh from his thighs, and he put dove on one side of the balance and his flesh on other side. But again, it was not equal to the weight. So he cut another portion of flesh from another thigh and put it. But again, the dove was heavy. So then he, after cutting so many flesh, he thought that, let me sit there only. Then when he sat, it became equal. So then, the demigods became very pleased that, he is ready to lay off his life to protect his citizens. So that was the glory. So you see how, this is extreme example of, considering every living entity as one's own self, as one's own well-wisher and friend. So this is actually, these are the tests of education, right? If we say that we are educated, then one should think that, do I consider all women who are married as my mother? Do I consider, uh, others' property as garbage? Do I consider all living entities as my own self, right? So if we have to think on within ourselves to check this. And if not, then what can I do to go to that level? So, this, the answer is also coming in the next slide, that what can I do to come to that level, right? So the next topic that we're going to discuss is, how can our education make us perfect gentlemen, right? So the example here, you can see, who are they?
Lord Ram and Goddess Sita.
Yes, Sita and Ram, Lord Ram and Mother Sita. So they are the perfect manifestations of how a person should be, how a man should be, how a woman should be. So a man should aspire to follow in the footsteps of Lord Ram, right? Because Lord Ram is known as the Maryada Purushottam. That means he has come to set the Maryada of how a human being should behave, right? Following the father's
Sir,
promises, and helping his brother and protecting his citizens. All of these things Lord Ram established. And on the other hand, Mother Sita also, she established also the religion of how a woman should be, right?
Lord Ram was
excuse
actually
me,
Lord
sir.
Krishna. Goddess Sita was actually Lord Lakshmi.
Yeah, correct.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Every time a bad thing happens on earth, like any bad person comes, the Lord comes to rescue the good people and give the bad people all the things that like when Ravana was born, Vishnu knew that Ravana would destroy everything. That's why he came down as Lord Rama to
Yeah,
save his
so
kingdom.
actually, yes, so Krishna says now in Bhagavad Gita, the shloka, yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sajamiham. So he says, whenever there is decline in religion, I come, right, to protect my devotees and punish the demons. So yeah, so basically we are discussing a different theme here. So we're discussing on how although Lord Rama killed demon, but also he did a lot of things other than that. What he did, he established the etiquettes that a man should follow, how a man should be, and then Mother Sita established how a woman should behave, how she should be chaste to her husband, how she should care for her people, her citizens as her own child, and how she should be, a good child, just like she was a very wonderful child of Maharaj Janak. So all of these things she established, right? So all of us, we can learn from the lives of Lord Ram and Mother Sita. And
Sir, we can
how?
learn something. Sir, we can learn a lot of things. Like Lord Rama worked very hard to kill Ravana. He didn't just he worked very hard, and then he rescued his wife. So it's showing Lord Rama showing work hard and then also rescue anybody who's your best friend or your devotee.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so many things we can learn from Lord Rama. So I'm not going into detail, but I'll just cover few things. in the coming slides. So what is the meaning of education? We'll try to understand this. So this is a quotation from Srila Prabhupada. He tells what is the meaning of education. So Anika,
Okay,
can you
Daddy.
read?
Sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir,
Yeah, please. Anyone has any questions?
sir,
Please
I
keep
have.
it for the end, because we have less time. We have a lot of things to cover. I'll take the questions in the end. Okay. Yeah. Please read.
Sir, who has to read?
Yeah, you can read, Anika.
Okay. What is the meaning of education? Every one of us is born ignorant, and we require specific education and training for seeing things as they are, which is called Sastra
Chakshu.
Kakshu. Srila Prabhupada is in a lecture of two MIT USA students 1968. Education comes from the Greek word educare, which means to bring out our original nature. Therefore, that education is considered supreme, which can teach the students how to love God with their hearts and live one's life in alignment with God. This is actual meaning and purpose of education. Purpose of education.
Yes, so very wonderful definition of education he's
Excuse me,
saying.
sir.
Yes.
What is the meaning of ignorant?
Yeah, okay. So ignorant means not knowing anything, right? So he says every one of us is born ignorant. So when we are born, we know anything? We don't even know how to
No, sir.
walk. We don't even know how to eat. Comb our clothes, comb our hairs, wear our clothes, tie our shoelaces, right? So all of these things we do not know. So that means we are ignorant.
We do not even know how to talk.
Yeah, we don't even how to talk. Correct. So all of these things we learn gradually, and then he says, and we require specific education and training for seeing things as they are. So what happens is, if you show a train to a child, let's say, will he understand that what is it? Is it a train or something? No, he'll not understand. So he needs special training to see something from the eyes of his parents. So how does a child see? He will ask his mother that, oh mother, what is that? So basically that is seeing from the eyes of his mother, right? Similarly, it is saying Shastra Chakshu. So what is Shastra Chakshu? That means seeing from the eyes of the scripture. So whatever you don't understand, you go to the scriptures, you go to Mahabharata, you go to Ramayana, you go to the Vedas, the 4 Vedas, and then Bhagavad Gita, and you try to understand something. Just say there is a life situation and you do not know what to do in that situation. Anyone is saying something?
Sir, can you repeat what's Sastra Chakshu? I was not
Okay.
hearing that.
Okay, so what is Shastra Chakshu is just like a child is there. A child is a very in infancy, or let's say 2 years old. So he sees a train coming for the first time. So will he know that it is a train? He'll not know. So who will
No,
ask?
sir, he'll cry.
He'll ask his mother that, oh mother, what is this? No. And then mother will say, see beta, this is a train. This is known as a train. And in this we travel to different places. So how is he seeing? He is seeing from the eyes of his mother. So what is Shastra Chakshu is? Shastra Chakshu means, similarly, if let's say we do not understand this universe. So I give you example of the train. If I give you a bigger example, what is this universe? Even the scientists right now do not understand. So then we ask our mother. Actually, Shastras are also our mother, because they also give us a lot of education. It is said that the Guru is like a father and Shastra is like our mother. Shastras means Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, and then all the scripture, all the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, all of them are basically giving us knowledge. So what we do, we go to scripture. So it is, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the whole description of the universe is given, how the universe is designed, how God has designed us universe. So if you want to know that, you can go and read that. Actually, it's a very wonderful description. So maybe in some of our courses we have told about that also. And if in coming courses also we'll tell about it. So when you see from the eyes of the Shastras, when you learn from the Shastra, that is actually learning from the Shastra Chakshu, seeing things from Chakshu means actually eyes. So seeing things from the eyes of Shastra, correct? And then it's explaining the meaning of education. It means bring out our original nature. So bringing out what is our original nature? So what is our original nature? Actually, our original nature is how to love others. Everyone wants to love, just like I had told, it is a natural tendency to love others and to receive love, right? So when one can come to that level, come to that understanding, then that will be called as a real education. Not that someone teaches us how to write a piece of code. So okay, then you learned how to make a piece of code, but can you write a code so that other people feel your love? You cannot. Maybe it's very difficult. So how you can show your feelings to others, how you accept their feelings, that things who teaches us, that is real education. I'm not saying that learning coding or other things is wrong. The thing is, they have their own benefits, but they have their own limitations as well. So that is kind of a material education. It will enlighten us how to play with things, but they will not teach you. Can any book, can you write any code to put a smile on the face of someone?
No,
Anyone
sir.
we cannot write a code. We cannot.
No, sir.
So,
Sir,
but we
we
can.
can't sir, but we can write a book with jokes which make others laugh. But we can't make others smile whenever we want for sad
You can make
things.
them. Yeah, you can make them laugh, but you cannot give them
We can't
happiness.
make them
Laughing-
smile.
Yeah, that's the same thing. That is what I'm saying. So the real education, actually, this is a different level of education, the spiritual education, which involves all the emotions and all those things, right? So the feelings of the heart. So that is the more important part of education. So again, material education is important, but even more important is this spiritual education or education of the heart, right? So then there is another shloka. Learn to see all living entities with true equality, right? So there is this shloka says how one should see, if one is learned, then he will see all the living entities, an animal, a worker class person, a very learned person, an elephant, a cow, as the same. So let's read this. Bhagavad Gita 5.18. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Sunichaiva Sapakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha. So, who can read? Hamsini, can you read the translation?
Tell me.
Okay,
So,
let
Priyank.
Sir, can I read a book?
Okay, let Hamsini read. Everyone will get chance. No, don't worry. We can't hear you. Voices may be very low.
Hello?
Your voice is very feeble. Try to speak closer to the mic.
वो लास्ट वही 2 हफ्ता पहले मुझे प्रोतनो तो कॉल की थी उसके बाद ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है
Yes.
तो पहले तो वो बोली मुझे लीव चाहिए 5 वीक्स का तो मैं बोली ठीक है फिर वो घर गई तो देखी कि वहां शी कैन मैनेज वर्क तो
Okay. Maybe there is some audio issue, Hamsini.
वो क्या है ना, काम मैं लीव देने को
That's
दे
okay.
बट काम भी
Okay.
यहाँ पर
So,
तो बिकॉज ठीक है टीम
chance
मेंबर्स
to
है बट फिर
share,
उसका जो रोल है
not
बाकी लोगों
there.
को प्रेशर आता है फिर भी क्या वो
Okay,
कर पाएगी
Priyank,
इफ
you
शी
can
इज
read.
हैप्पी टू वर्क फ्रॉम होम आई एम ओके बट अभी अरविंद वाला चक्कर है ठीक है उसको बोलूंगी तो उसका तो हो जाएगा लॉस
Yes,
पे वो
sir.
ठीक है
Which
that is
one
what
should I read?
Priyank, read the translation. The humble sages.
The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge,
अरविंद को उसको मार्क कर
visit a learned and gentle
Ramana.
Brahmana,
उसका सीरिया कंपाउंड आके बस
an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater.
Yes.
को
So what is he
कैसे
saying? Who is a learned person, he sees a brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and even a dog eater. Dog eater is considered a very low person. So,
Sir, what is a dog?
basically,
इसलिए फिर मैं अर्चना को बोली मेल पे
someone
तो
who
डालो
eats a
मेरे को
dog,
व्हाट्सएप
that
पे
is the same
इसलिए मैं
exactly
उससे मेल पे कर
meaning. So,
I
ठीक है
cannot
मैं
hear you properly
they are
because
considered
मैं
as
खुद तभी
background dog eater.
okay. Please,
Sir,
please
I
unmute ourselves if you're not speaking. Please mute everyone.
Sir, I can't hear
Uh,
you properly because of what
ठीक है
background
मैं
noise.
उनको बोलूंगी ऑप्शन नहीं है
okay. Everyone can mute themselves if they are not speaking. It's a humble request.
Sir, is a dog I mean a dog eater is a person who eats a dog, right?
Yes, yes. So there are people who eat a lot of things, even a dog. So basically, the point is, it's not criticizing anyone. It's just saying that you consider them at the same level, right? A cow, an elephant, a dog eater, or even a learned man, a foolish man. Someone who is advanced in his understanding. He will see that everyone is actually a son of God, and there is God in everyone. Just like you can see, I'll just highlight here. Can you see that Supreme Lord Vishnu is there in everyone? Just like here in the elephant's heart, here in this person's heart, this tribal person's heart, here in this dog's heart, here in this cow's heart, here in this brahmana's heart, and here in this mahout's heart, and here in this sage's heart. So this person is seeing that everyone is actually having Lord Vishnu in his heart, right? Everyone is having Lord Vishnu in his heart. And what do we call where Lord Vishnu lives? Where does Lord Vishnu live?
Sir, in Golok. Sir, in everyone's heart.
No, what is that place called? That is a terminology I'm asking.
Heaven.
Where does God live? It's a very simple question.
Heaven.
Temple.
Yes, who said that?
Me, sir.
Temple, right? So wherever God lives, it is known as a temple. So, whenever you go to a temple, what do you do?
Pray.
Sir, whenever I
for
sir,
We
sir,
do
whenever
prayer.
I go to God places like Rameshwaram and Tirupati, I know that God stays there for a very long time.
So we bow down our heads, we offer prayers, and we offer pranams to the temple, right? So similarly, if I tell you that all of you are walking temples, if all of you are walking temples, how you are walking temples?
So, can I tell?
Yes.
Sir, because in our hearts we have goddess and God, and wherever
Yes.
God or goddess lives, it is called a temple. So we are also a temple.
Yes. So if let's say a foolish man comes to you, is he a temple?
Yes.
If a dog comes
Yes.
to you, be a temple.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, sir. Sir,
If a
in
cow comes,
everybody, God is there. Not, it doesn't matter if it's a bad person or a good
okay.
person. God created us, and then God is inside us.
So next time when a dog comes to you, what will you do?
We are going to do.
We'll be kind and
To
pet
say
it.
that you are a temple. You are a walking temple. Sir, I'm going to
He will
name.
not understand. He will just do. He will bark at you, woof, woof, and go away. But
Sir,
what
I'll
you have
call
to
the
do?
dog a temple. Sir,
Yeah, we don't.
even
Mhm.
sir, just like a mosquito also.
Yes, mosquito also.
Yeah, mosquito also.
So next time, so this is a very wonderful vision, don't you think? That now I told you that everyone is a temple. So next time you
Sir,
see any living
I
entity,
have a doubt.
you have
When a
okay.
dog, when a
Mhm.
dog barks at us like very badly, like is trying to bite us, can we say, go shush shush, go away?
Yes, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. Don't worry. I'm not telling that, if dog is a temple and dog attacks you, then you do not do anything. No. So everything remains the same. Only the thing is that our feelings towards them change. Now, before what would we would do? We would just throw stones at them, or if we would, insult them or do something like that, then we have to stop that. So why? Because we now understand that they are temples, and because the Lord is there in the heart. Lord Vishnu or Lord
Sir,
Krishna is there
even
in the
wild
heart.
animals are temples.
Yes, everyone is a temple. Again, I'm coming to your
Sir,
question. Don't worry.
sir, if the dog bite us or he just do something
Yeah.
like everyone is scribbling on the screen again. Sir,
See,
if he bark at us and bite us, so what we should do?
Sir,
yeah,
what?
I'm
So
coming.
we need to do a namaskara when we see them.
Let me finish. Let me finish. So again, there are different levels of consciousness. Again, I'll say. So if you see a brahmana, you should definitely do namaskar, right? If you see an elder person, you should always do namaskar. But what happened? Hare Krishna, can you hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, the voice is Hare Krishna.
Sir, we can hear you.
Sir, we can hear you.
Okay, fine. Let me reshare. So what I was telling was, so again, our feelings has to change. It doesn't has to be with the external. It's not like that. If a learned person comes in front of you, a brahmana or a priest, then you offer namaskar. If a dog comes, I am not saying that you go and touch the feet of your dog. Or dog, and do arati of dog. Om namo dogai namaha. Not like that. So what I mean to say is your feelings should be correct. You should understand it. Okay, he is also son of God. And then you will not insult him. You will not hurt him. You will not give pain to him. You will just do the same, behave with him the same way you would like others to behave with you. And then if he is attacking you, or if a tiger, if you go to a forest and some wild animal attacks you, or dog is barking at you, then you have the right to protect yourself. You can take a stick and you can wave away the dog, right? And like that. But we have to use our intelligence. It's not like that. That is the same thing I'm saying. So if you
Sir,
read this
we should
Sir,
yeah, if you read
Sir, we
Gita,
should not hurt animals. If we hurt them, they'll also try to attack us at the same time.
if they try to attack us, then we have to protect ourselves. We can fight with them, and like that. But again, I said the externals remain the same. It's not like that now you do arti of the animals or do something like that. Only thing is you change your feelings towards them, right? Now a dog comes to you, you try to see that, oh, he's also son of God. You think about it in your mind, and remaining things can be the same. You need not go to the dog or try to. Okay, don't tell you to your parents that I told you that dogs are temples and I should go and test the dog. No, this is not our time teaching. Otherwise, the parents will come and say, "Oh, what are you teaching?"
Sir,
Someone,
we
some.
allowed to harity near the dog. Otherwise, it'll be more angry at us.
Yeah, you should not never go near a dog. First, try to always keep a safe distance. If you some temples may be harmful for us also, so you can do your thinking or pranam from the distance only. Don't go close to them. Otherwise, if you go to a tiger thinking that, oh, he's a temple, then definitely he will eat you up. So because he doesn't know na you are a temple. He doesn't know, because
He
animals
doesn't
do not
study.
he doesn't study, correct? So he don't have the understanding. But we are humans, we have higher intelligence, so we know that, right? Okay, so again, I'll highlight here that someone who reads the Bhagavad Gita on his own, he will see this, and what he will do, he will start to pray to dog and all also, right? But now, since I have told you that how you should behave, again, I'm not telling from myself, I have also learned from my teacher. So then you really understand what Krishna means to say here. Krishna means that, okay, you have to consider him as son of God, but again, be careful not to get yourself harmed, or it's not like you don't protect yourself. Now, the last topic for today, I think it's already time, but I'll just cover in 2-3 minutes and finish. So, what is the third topic? The third topic is real knowledge means to know matter, spirit, and controller, right? So, what it means is, basically that there are different elements in the nature. What are those elements? There is earth, there is fire, there is air, there is ether. 5 elements. Then there is mind, intelligence, false ego, and then there is soul. Soul is actually spiritual, but all of the other 8 elements that I told you. What are the 8 elements? I'll write in the chat maybe, so that you can remember it. Maybe someday we'll discuss, if not today. The 8 elements, 5. There are 5 gross elements. It is good to learn actually. Gross elements. Please see if the spelling is correct or not. 5 gross elements are earth. Earth means soil, earth, water, fire, air, and ether. These are the 5 elements, and from this our body is made. If you see your body, it is a combination of these 5 elements. Earth, it is made of carbon. Water, there is a lot of composition of water in your body. Fire also, we have fire inside also our body. How is that? Because when our body burns, actually, with just a little light, the body starts to burn. Similarly, if the wood is there, actually, if you put little lighting on the wood starts to burn. How is it that? Because there is energy stored in the wood. Similarly, in our body also there is energy stored. So that is actually a transformation of fire only, because energy is coming from fire, the burning of fire in sun. And then air, we have air also, right? We have the place which is not filled with anything, that is, there is air in our body. And then ether is actually very subtle element. It's very difficult to see it, and scientists also have not found it yet, but it's written in Bhagavad Gita. So I'm telling you that ether is also there, right? And then, so what is the example of ether? I'll tell you. The example of ether is a incense stick. All of you have seen an incense stick?
Yes, sir.
Agarbatti. So when it burns, it gives a special kind of fumes, which is different from the air also. It doesn't mix in the air properly. That is actually ether, the smoke that is coming from the incense. And then there are subtle elements. What are the 3 subtle elements? Mind, intelligence, false ego. So this is little
Sir?
difficult to understand right now, but just for now you can remember that mind and intelligence and the false ego also, they are actually material elements, right? All of the 8 elements are material elements, and the soul is spiritual. Our are material elements. I'm giving you for your information. You can remember it. Soul is
Sir,
spirit.
dogs, Lord Kalabaira likes dogs.
Yeah, there are different actually vehicles. Just like I think Dattatreya also, one Lord is there. His name is Dattatreya. He's also he also I have seen a lot in his pictures, a lot of dogs. So yeah.
Sir, each god likes one animal.
Yeah, they use it as their vehicles because
Like Krishna.
they
Krishna
don't
likes cows.
no, Krishna doesn't have any vehicle. Krishna doesn't travel on cows. Krishna has his Garuda. He uses Garuda to travel.
Who's Garuda, sir?
Garuda is a big giant eagle.
Garud.
Oh,
Amog, you know Garud? Amog, you know Garud?
Okay.
I know Garuda. He,
Okay, so
he
I.
was,
Mhm.
sir, I think he was the person trying to save Sita.
No, that was Jatayu. That was a different one.
Yes, I forgot.
sir, Garuda is the person who scared the snakes away, like when Krishna played and danced on the snakes.
Yeah. That was the same one. So yeah, he's actually a great devotee of Lord Krishna and Lord Vishnu. He also has a different story. Actually, how he came to Lord Vishnu. There's a story also. Someday I'll tell you, but not today. Okay, I think I'll not extend it anymore. You learned a lot of things today, and you can just think about it, whatever you have learned. Ponder over it, and keep on revising it. So part of your memory. So it's very useful information. And I'll stop here, and we'll meet again in the next class with another
Hare
topic.
Krishna, sir.
Right?
Bye, sir.
Sorry, I could not take questions of all of you. Maybe to next class we'll take. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Bye everyone, and take care of yourself. Hare Krishna.
Bye. Bye,
Hare
sir.
Krishna, sir.
Bye, Krishna, sir.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
sir. Bye, sir.
Hare Krishna. Bye everyone.
Sir,
Yes.
Hare
Anyone is
Krishna, sir.
asking?
Bye, sir.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Bye, sir.
Bye everyone.
Who is the last bona fide master?
Okay. Good question. So actually, Dhruvi, there are different paramparas. There are 4 paramparas in total. There is this Sri Sampradaya. Have you ever gone to South India?
Sir, I live in South India.
Okay, you live in South India. Sorry. So have you the Tirupati temple, the Srirangam temple? All of them are basically Sri Sampradaya. That is the Sri Sampradaya which is coming from Lord Mother Lakshmi. And then there is another Sampradaya, the Rudra Sampradaya. And the Rudra Sampradaya is coming from Lord Shiva. And then there is the third Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya. The Kumar Sampradaya that is coming from the 4 Kumaras, the 4 Chatus Kumara, the Brahmanas, the small boy, they are very, very knowledgeable, but they have stopped their age. They do not grow. And that is the third Sampradaya coming from them. And the 4th Sampradaya, which we belong to, that is the Brahma Madhav Sampradaya. That means the Brahma Sampradaya that is coming from Lord Brahma. So these are the 4 great personalities: Mother Lakshmi, Lord Rudra, Lord Shiva, the 4 Kumaras, and Brahma, Lord Brahma. And then in each disciplic succession, they have their own disciplic succession, right? So Mother
Yes.
Sita, Mother Lakshmi, if you see the disciplic succession, who all came? Ramanujacharya came, Yamunacharya came. All of them are in that disciplic section, and now they have right now their own guru. So right, I'm not sure. I'm not also knowing much about the current situation there. And then the Rudra Sampradaya, the Sankaracharya. So there is a Sankaracharya Mutt, which right now also they follow. That is there, disciplic succession. And then Kumar Sampradaya is the guru that came in them was, I think, Ballavacharya, Nimbarkacharya, not Ballavacharya, I think Nimbarkacharya. And right now also they exist. But actually what is happening is all the 3 before Sampradayas which I told you, they are right now not in primary focus. So actually different times, different Sampradayas become prominent. So right now the most prominent Sampradaya is Brahma Sampradaya, because Lord Chaitanya has come into it. Lord Chaitanya, if you know him, Lord Chaitanya, he has come to spread the holy name, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? So that is why the Brahma Sampradaya is the most prominent right now, most active one, and in that our beloved Srila Prabhupada, he kind of a he was the one which started this con, and he's coming into the same disciplic succession like Lord from Ved Vyas. From Brahmaji learned Narad Muni, from Narad Muni learned Ved Vyas, from Ved Vyas learned Madhvacharya, from Madhvacharya, like that many people came, and then Guru of then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came in the same disciplic succession, then his disciples, and ultimately Srila Prabhupada came. So if you have the Bhagavad Gita, you can see on one of the pages, it is given the whole list of disciple succession is given. You can go through it. And Srila Prabhupada, after Srila Prabhupada, there are many disciples of Srila Prabhupada, right? So like I don't know if you know them. There are many sannyasis. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Gira Swami. So many are there. They are different parts of the world. Someone is in Mumbai, someone is in New York, someone is in Mayapur. Different places they live, and they're continuing the same education. So but actually this guru word is a plural. This guru word is not a singular. So anyone who gives you the same knowledge which Krishna is telling, he will be called as a guru. So they can be multiple gurus, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you.